as long as it's a game where you feel like, you know, there's something to talk about, and usually there is something to talk about in like literally every game. Sometimes, you know, like people will give me a code where they sort of just like stomp the game really hard. And I feel like those are like
Mm.
on the
Superior
lower end of
firepower,
useful,
good.
all things
But
considered,
superior
because
brain
if
power,
you just won
better.
really, really hard, maybe your whole team was just high diffing and there's not so much to talk about. But if there's a bit of a struggle, if there's a bit of back and
Can't
forth, then
change the
it's
world
usually
by
all good.
following all the
Just feel loud, I'm
rules.
gonna turn it down.
Good to see you.
I was playing the game, so I had my game sound at actual hearable level, but it's no good for spectating. And this is like a plat thumping game? What bracket?
Yeah, like Plaza Diamond. It was like
Okay.
Plaza Diamond.
Alright, cool.
Let's kick this off.
Alright, starting out is okay. Where you're at right now, like this angle is like very passive and safe in the middle, but yeah, okay, where you swung out to is good as well. I think a bit of a general thing that's happening in this first fight is like when you start here, this angle is like very so-so. Like you can't see a whole lot. You can only see people that are right here. It's really easy for them to shoot back. And what you've tried to do is like you've tried to lean in the right direction, because coming over towards this open side is the right direction in terms of you having like more vision onto the point and such. The problem is like if you start here, you kind of get tethered to here, or you have to go for a really long walk over to the wide side. You use your slide up onto this high ground here, which is like this is a decent angle. You can see a lot from here. But it's also really, really easy to shoot you out, and you had to slide
Yeah.
for it. So maybe better off just like, you know, continuing to shoot in main, and find an angle to shoot something in main, and then like walking with your team, watching where your team is going, sliding a bit more in the mid fight. You know, you could slide to somewhere like this a bit later on in the fight when people have used some skills, and you're probably going to be like a bit more free and able to get something done. Maybe you charge up your rail and then you slide here. But if you just come here, like it's going to be super easy for them to force you out. Because they have all these players in main, you can't walk over to here, which is like over here is probably like your best angle, because then you have cover here and you can watch the point. This is like your best angle to shoot.
Yeah.
And where their Ash is also like better, I'd say, because again, she has like good cover and she can see the point. The problem with walking in through here is that like people do this in ranked a lot, but this is probably like a relatively like weak position, all things considered, because like all you can do is clash here, but you don't have good vision of the point, and you can only run away to somewhere that's really far away from the fight. So coming over to this open space right here, maybe this is just a better place for a hitscan player to roll out as well. Maybe your team walks up through here and starts taking the clash, and you're like walking wide off to the side and taking a fight over here. But anyway, we're 10 seconds into the VOD, so I'll keep it going. Where you slid over to here, again, this is good. Just remember, like, if you're going to slide up here, if you come here, there's lots of cover. So you slide over to this spot, and you have ability to see the whole point, but you actually have a corner that you can play off. If you come here, you're in like no man's land. I refuse to use epic pen, but I'll draw a square. You know, this is like no man's land. You know, this right here is where you kind of don't want to be, because in this space, like you just have no cover whatsoever. This is like a transition between, you know, you're coming to stand on the point and you're just out in the open. So when you slide up top, you can slide here and then walk straight back to the cover, and then you don't have to give up that good position. Like you're dropping away right now, but you have full cover and full health. So really no need to run away. You could do so much more in this fight if you just lean towards where the position is actually strong. You did the right thing by sliding up here and taking a good angle. You just didn't keep it because you didn't know that you could drift back to here. Now here you're on the cover and you're doing something, so that's reasonable. Unfortunately, your whole team is evaporated in the process. But really, I'd say that's like largely, not entirely your fault, but like you can take a lot of responsibility for that, because you had so much time where you're dropping and doing nothing and just not really accomplishing anything. Really, like it's a high output role, you know? You really just want to have your best angle to shoot people the whole time and to constantly be shooting your gun. And that's what having a good angle is all about. So if you can see players and you can see the point, that's a good thing. Where you're drifting right now, it's Junkrat trap on the floor, boss. Kill that. Maybe you didn't clock this. Shoot it. It can happen.
I'm blind.
It can happen. Yeah, what you're doing over on this? Oh my god, you're really blind.
I'm a fucking new.
All right,
oh my god.
All right, we'll figure that one out later. Shoot the Junkrat traps on the ground. See the Junkrat traps would also be feedback, I suppose, but that's not very actionable feedback. You'll figure it out though. What you were doing down here though, actually like good angle, bad timing again. The thing about coming to a good angle off to the side is that if you're not with your team, there's always an element of risk associated with it. And you swinging over on the side like this, if you don't have a support standing with you and pocketing, it's important that people aren't looking at you right away. It's important that your team is pushing in main or fighting in main at the same time. Here, you came out, you swung wide, you shot left click a little bit, you slid back. And only now is your Zarya starting to fight their Zarya up in the choke, you know? Like already your timing is a little bit off where you've swung over to this side really, really early and you've given away the side that you're on really, really early. So it can help to, if you're going to go off to the side, to make sure that it's with your team's timing. But yeah, you're also dead to a trap on the ground. But again, the
I need your
angle,
glasses.
the angle's not bad because you can actually, you can see some stuff. I suppose this angle would be okay. Like if your team is pushing over here, then here would be good for you, because then you can see the fight right now. Here is more of like a gamble position, like you're going to slide up behind them or you're going to catch people standing on point, but your view of the fight, if your team is going right side, isn't actually that great. Whereas here, if your team is going right side, your view is perfect, right? You're going to catch all the people that are trying to choke your team out. So you get like a good little double angle here where your team comes from here and you shoot from here. If you're down here, you're more like waiting until something happens and then you're really sliding up and doing something super aggressive. Let's see if I hit record or stream. I did hit record, nice. Alright, here we are. You've secured a retake due to no effort of your own, but that's okay.
Wow, dickhead.
Yeah, I know. Alright, so here, watching this step, you can afford to be like quite aggressive when you're in control. Like you can peek them probably a lot more. Like when there's Zarya stepping up, you can come a little bit wider and you can look for like the best angle to shoot her walk all the way through here. You can come out wide and shoot over here. Like hit scan pre-fight, you can afford to like swing wide and take a lot of risk because your support can see you and heal you, and you can always slide away to safety back to your team. But where you're starting out, like you're right on top of your Juno, you're on the point. It's a very, very safe starting position where it's like you're not trying to get an aggressive angle at all. If you're in control of the point and you've already won a fight, you've already wiped them, they're on the retake, you can really afford to play wide or to have a greedier angle where you can see more off rip, You can be peeking their Ashe main from here, you can be peeking their Zarya way harder over here, you could even be swinging wide over here and trying to block this side a little bit, do a bit of both. But because you're starting like back with your team, very passive on the point, they get to walk up. Not for free, but like it's a lot easier for them to walk up. They're not contested on the way in. And you can just make every step for them harder. Yeah, like the way you played the mid fight, I mean, there's not a lot to say. They used 2 ults, your team used 0. But really, like the improvement for you there is all in the pre-fight. It's all making that walk harder for them. So then their Kiriko and their Junk don't get in the side for free. So their Zarya doesn't step up, like relatively full condition for free. Just making sure that you're pressuring people every step of the way when you have control of the point.
Okay.
Your slides have been fine because like all the positions that you're taking have worked into the comp. It'd be interesting to see like how you use your slide versus different comps, because what they have right here is like exceptionally low pressure to you because there's no flankers at all. There's no dive tank at all. There's not even a fast support. So like, because there's like no Genji, no Tracer, no Winston, no Doomfist, no Diva, literally nothing that can chase you. You can slide super liberally versus this comp. Like you can just slide wherever you want. You can always take a good angle and no one can just match your shift with their own to come and kill you. So versus a comp like this, it's always really important that you look at what the enemy team has and think like, how do I want to use my slide versus this? Can I use it super liberally? Can I shift onto every aggressive angle? Or am I just going to die if I do that? Because if you shift wide versus a Winston, Tracer, Genji, then maybe one of those 3 players will look at you and press shift and then you'll die because you don't have your slide. But versus this comp in particular, you're like super, super free. And you can hear something happening over the wall and you swing around behind them. I think this is good. This is just outright good. Here you should just try to keep up with the fight. When there's all this ult exchange happening, when the fight really starts to break down, like ults are being used, you can maybe, again, because it's like a low pressure comp, maybe you can like slide to try and keep up with the fight. Like, your grab is being committed in main, lots of ults are being used in main, the fight is really happening. You walked over here to the right, and, maybe there was an opportunity for you to just slide up here to participate in the fight. But overall, not wasting your slide is okay too. It's just a time and a place. Oh my god, you and Bob very nearly had a moment there.
Yeah.
He's just that sort of guy, I suppose. Alright, here we are. Alright, this is very much the same as what the previous point was, where here, like, look at your position at the start of this. Super passive, shallow angle. you could be forward. You could be poking really aggressively, you know? You could be watching them walk out here and poking. You could be at least like seeing the same thing as what your Zarya sees. Here your angle's a little different. You can see that doorway and that's okay. But just looking at like the general formation of your team, look how you're the furthest back member. You know, everyone else is holding forward and doing something quite aggressive and you're the furthest back member. You have overclock in this fight too. So if people start walking up through a big long open stretch like this, it's a great situation for you to use overclock. Like anytime the enemy has to cross through big open space, it's perfect timing for overclock. But you're not going to get that opportunity if you play shallow angles like this because you're just not going to be able to see them for the whole cross. You know, here you'll see them for like a half a second and then they can walk past this. You know, they can start line of sighting you really, really quickly. All they have to do is take 2 steps over and then now suddenly you can't see them anymore. So for sure, like when you're in control, especially when you have your ult, like try to be a bit more brave with your peaks. Try and swing a bit more aggressively. Because here, yeah, I mean you killed the junk and that's all good. But there's like a general trend of how you could probably do more. Like you're gonna kill their whole team. It's like payback for me giving you the feedback. You know, you're gonna do everything now that I've said it's bad. Here, this is very fortunate that you lived. Don't slide for fun into the Zarya's face like ever. Like if
Yeah.
she, maybe if she's like zero, maybe if she's like zero charge, you can like, you know, go for like some sort of star point to kill. But just generally like shifting into their tank's face is like always really, really super risky. You can use slide aggressively lots. I don't want to discourage you from ever using slide aggressively. You just have to think about whether or not, you know, like whether it's worth it. Like 5v3, sliding in like that, like you're just more likely to get yourself traded than you are to secure a game-winning kill. And getting traded is always a problem. Now what you're doing, this is good, you know, like this is really good. Where looks like something aggressive is happening and you actually swing out to a good angle. You know, you can watch their walk and you can shoot them really, really hard. And this is just what you could have done in the previous fight too, even though the previous fight was a win, which means that it can't possibly be bad. But yeah, this is like the same sort of thing that you could have done in the previous, where you could have just picked their spawn, you have a slide angle, you can just slide back to your team, slide back to point to safety if you need, but you're following up with the damage. This is really, really good. And your venture sucks. I don't know, it sucks to suck, I suppose.
That's my duo. You're a dickhead. That's your client too. You're an asshole. You're an actual asshole.
That guy.
He gave you money.
Yeah, I mean
He gave you money. Actual.
They couldn't even put their Discord tag right in the client intake form. So you know what? You get what you deserve sometimes.
Nah, you're a dickhead.
All right, so here we've got. I suppose the start of the fight was actually super reasonable. Like your swing was good, your timing was good, your decision to back seemed pretty fair too. Oh wait, I can skip through VODs and not get DC'd anymore. Yeah, like after your venture's dead, maybe this is like more a team problem than anything, but I think everyone like running back to the point is probably like the biggest mistake in that, like, you know, maybe you could have like tried to stay forward a little bit and keep shooting and keep shooting. Maybe the tire made everyone want to run away, but they have to like come forward and touch, and everyone just gave up all of the space straight away. Like your Kiri is like super far forward and everyone else is just running away. But even though your venture died, there isn't like a great reason to actually be running away. Like you just use Kitsune Rush in their spawn. Your venture just pushed into their spawn. Maybe you're just reading the writing on the wall because your Zarya is running away, but I think you could definitely be like all the way in there and continuing to fight forward. But because everyone backs up, you just give them this big, easy walk through the open stretches. So maybe just continuing to fight where you know your angle is good rather than giving straight away. Especially like because ults were committed forward. Like there was a Kitsune rush forward that literally nobody could use, but it can happen. Alright. Retake here. Starting angle is okay. Gliding up is alright, but you got to be really cautious again, like, you know, that you're not walking into anywhere dangerous. Looks like you're not doing that, so that's all good. This position you're swinging from, it's this is your best angle. It's a little easy for their Junkrat to market is all. So like sometimes if they've got a hero like Junk where it's like he can really easily zone chokes like this, you've got to be like a little cautious just because he can like continuously spam a space like this over and over again, and it's like really hard for you to peek and like get your rail up. It's like really hard for you to have uptime. Sometimes it's okay to have like a more passive angle or a more shitty angle if your best angle is going to get blocked out by something like that. But it seems that he's not terribly committed to it. So again, like your retake angle is good. The general concept on hit scan on a retake is that like your team's going to walk main and you're going to walk adjacent to main. So like your Zarya is walking main, this is adjacent to main, you know, gives you like a 90-degree angle, so you get a double angle. It's the same concept as what was happening on the first point here, where it's like if your Zarya is coming this side, you come here, and then look, anyone that's trying to choke you here, you get to shoot them off that choke. You can play like relatively passively in here and poke whoever is choking your team. So your Zarya is here, you're like 90 degrees off to the side, just having a side angle so that then you can poke people out and they can't use the cover effectively anymore. And here, there's a Ray up in main. I think here, like, there's for sure, like, this is like probably like the weakest scene where it's like your team used Ray in main. If you're gonna slide forward, slide into the Ray. Like Ray is so powerful. Like it gives you this huge damage boost. If you fight in the Ray, then like whoever is in front of you, you will just beam them down. But instead, you're sliding forward into a Junkrat, and it's like I said, you can aggressively slide versus this comp. If you slide towards the Junkrat, like you're giving him that kill opportunity again. You know, like you're making it really possible for this guy to just mine you in the like left click you once and use the mine on you once and you will just die. So here it's like it's a double problem in the sense that like generally sliding into the Junkrat is a problem, you know, like you're not sliding to a good angle here, you're just sliding face to face with someone that you don't want to be close with. And there's also a Ray happening at the same time, so there's like a really good opportunity for you to have walked or slid into the Ray and just fought inside that and you would have done more.
Smash.
He's a side character. Either way, you didn't die and you slid forward again. It's like maybe it's a little more reasonable once he's run away to slide forward and take that space. But yeah, I think general thing, it's like you see something like the Ray, you should try and walk in that and fight in that because it's just super, like so powerful.
Good to see you. Coming through. The scene of the crime.
Okay.
Okay, and that was just a fat finger. Or like,
Yeah, no, I mean, it was like a distraction E, you know? It's like, why the hell did Sojourn just either floor? You're trying to put down like a puff of smoke to hide in or something. I don't know I don't know what to make of that. You're trying to figure
confuse them more than like you confuse yourself.
Oh, I mean, you lived, so the method works.
I did live. Yeah.
Alright, so here on the retake, you did something decent here. This choke right now that your team is retaking through, it's one of the awkward spots on the map where it's like you can't get a good side angle here. You have to walk with the team. So usually what happens is like you'll walk with the team and then maybe your team will go here and you'll go here. So like that's how you create the double. Or your team will go here and you'll stay main and come off on the side. Or essentially like just not getting stuck on the same side as everyone else. Because the way that this wound up kind of unfolding is that they're just all fighting you here. And if they're all fighting you here, you just getting off to the side a little bit, being over here, is so much better because then there's more that needs to be dealt with. But like if you watch this from like the top down, and we'll go like the circle view, so you can see like how everyone's formation kind of winds up playing throughout. You're just on top of your Zarya this whole time, I think had you gone off to the side, maybe you would have just lost anyway because they would have altered your team. The other thing is that like you saw someone like off to the left, like you saw the junk off to the left at the start of the fight. And you sort of just like pushed in main and ignored it. I don't know if the junk even participated in the fight. The Unter definitely didn't participate in the fight. But I don't even know what flashpoint is being capped right now. It's not this one, is it? It's like I think it's this one.
I think it is.
I don't even know.
No, it's the other one, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what point is unlocked right now. But either way, like on that retake, like the biggest mistake is probably just that like you're walking in with your Zarya. You got a kill, but you're directly on top of your Zarya, which is always like really dangerous. You want to be like a little bit off to the side. So then if she gets ulted, you're shooting the people that are ulting her. You're off to the side. And then the other thing is like, you know, you saw the Junkrat and it's like you just ignored the Junkrat. Which is maybe bad because yeah, you could have just like pushed his side for free. But instead you pushed into the enemy team and the Junkrat's behind you. Here, okay, same. This is like the hit scan concept being applied, I think. Maybe just a little bit too early is all. You see here, you've come off to the side, but like from here you can't see anything at all. You know, you have like no angle on anything. And their Zarya is up in main. Your Zarya is up in main. You just want to make sure that you can shoot to the side of what's happening in main. So here, just keep an eye on, like here, this angle, really, like you don't see anything. Maybe if you swing up, you can see over to the side here, or you walk through here and you can shoot people down this way, whatever it may be. But like coming through here, you don't really see anything and you sort of just like rushed forward in front of your whole team. So all this time that you're spending now, like, you know, feeling out where their Ashe is and listening, it's like their Zarya has walked on yours in main and fought a bunch and then used a grab and still nothing has happened as of yet from your side. So it's really important that like you understand that you want to come off to the side from where your tank is, but you also kind of need to know the enemy's positions to do this. You need to understand that wherever you're pushing, like you need vision of something. And here, like you get vision of nothing. It's just like a bad hit scan angle. So like this side is a lot better because it's like more open and you get this long stretch. Whereas through here, like this is good space for like Genji or something like this because you have like roofs that you can climb and you can climb over the walls and you can get close to people. But Sojourn's goal is very rarely to get close to people. It's more about getting a good long angle. So here it's like you're trying to work your way in, but the fight's already over.
Yeah. I should have just jumped off.
Oh, I mean, it's no big deal. Like that's like a stagger of like, you know, a stagger of like 1 second, and you can get a trade, and a trade is worth a lot. So it's not the end of the world. You don't have to just like reset straight off the map. Here, this is really good. This is really good. Like, the fight sort of starts happening without you, and you slide to keep up. You slide to keep fighting. So like everyone pushes forward a little bit before you're there. You don't have time to do this like slow, patient, walk wide, take a side angle, get your best angle, blah blah blah. The old clash starts. Your head gets really really long, and you slide in and just start fighting. So this is really good. Win or lose, like the way that you approach the general situation is like really good. But I suspect with the 5-man grab E, it's probably a win. All right, and now like let's do some like predictive feedback here, like before we. Okay, now your skirt is really long. Here, like the next thing that you want to do is like this next coming fight, you have overclock. So you want to make sure that you have a really good angle for where the enemy team is going to walk. So you want to be able to watch the enemy team walking up from here, maybe peek them from like down here and shoot them on this stretch. And then if your Zarya is playing forward and you're shooting on this nice long stretch, then if they step up in that open stretch, you can use your ult. If they take their time and are a little bit more methodical, you can back up and then you can use it on the next open stretch where you can play for point. But straight away, you've won a fight, you've wiped their whole team. You want to step up to somewhere like here and shoot where they're going to retake from and make it hard for them to walk on their retake, because this is a great stretch for you. A really long stretch where the cover is not fantastic, like between here and here there's nothing, and over here is a long rotation and it doesn't take them somewhere that can pressure you very hard. So for sure, you want to step forward and poke their rotation, and you're making your way towards that space, but already it's a bit slow, right? Look, there's Zarya has already walked out of the choke. She's already come and gone. She's gotten out of the choke and she's made it through the biggest stretch of open space without taking a bullet. And the rest of her team is already out and swinging a little bit. So, and you're running away very, very passively off rip. Now you're peeking that angle. Now you're getting an aggressive position on that angle, but look how much opportunity has been missed, you know? Already 2 players have just died on their walk. Really, like, if you were shooting that walk from the start, pressuring that Zarya from the start, she uses 1 bubble on the rotation, you pull the clock, and you can just keep shooting and keep fighting and make it happen then and there. But because like you're late to the party, you're not shooting very much, you decide instead of pulling the clock, you decide to like do this walk around here for like a longer angle. Like so much downtime associated with this. If a fight has already started and you have to make these rotations where you go for like long walks and such, you're missing seconds that you need to be shooting the enemy. Any time that you spend walking is time that could have been spent shooting your gun. So you really need to strike up this balance between having a good position and also shooting your gun. Ideally, like you decide what the good position is before the fight has started, so then there's no period of downtime to shoot your gun. But here, a big opportunity was missed because of how you were late essentially to the choke. Now you pull the clock to try and turn it, and that's reasonable. But you're probably just like buying time and hoping that one of them peeks you, because it is a 5v or 3v5, I suppose. So it's a little awkward. Not the worst clock in the world, because you're trying to buy time and you are going to get another touch here. But yeah, it's an Optimus clock. And now, okay, here again, watching this, the Ray was at the back of point. You slid out of it this time. So this is like, I don't know if you thought that the Ray was going to like keep lasting for you or whatever, but like if your Ray comes from the back of point and you're in it, just stand in it. You know, like you don't need to slide on it. But you're sliding in here, going for like the YOLO one shot, but like your Ray is too far away. Like if your Ray started at the back of the point, it's going to wind up here eventually, but you can't rush it. You know, your sliding isn't going to make it any easier for them. You can stand in the Ray and use your E on this doorway, and they can't peek anymore. Like, do you have your E right now? You don't have your E right now. I'm a bomb. But either way, you can shoot from the Ray and actually have damage boost, and then your rail will like one-shot people while you're standing inside them if you headshot them. But if you do stuff like this and you slide out of it, like you just lose that one-shot chance.
Okay.
Yeah. Just continue to fight the Ray.
Neon Surge.
It can happen. It was close to greatness, to be honest. Like, you know, like sliding back up to look for a kill. It's probably the greedy play. It's probably like the I'm going to get myself traded play. But when you did that, like, you know, you're very close to killing both of their supports, or maybe it was their Unter and their Ashe. You had your E, like your E was available again. And like in that situation, like you slide up here, you E the ground on top of those people, maybe you can make something happen. But to be honest, like, when you've raid point and you've taken it, you can just make sure that you have a good angle to keep shooting point. You know, you can walk up in the Ray, walk up in the Ray, walk up in the Ray, and then just shoot whoever comes in to touch. And maybe you can just win it that way, to be honest. Maybe you can just play not so much for like getting a trade anymore, because by the time that raid was over, it was just a 5v5 again. So maybe you don't need to rush into their backline and go for the hero play. Playing your life is really, really important, but you know, trying to carry the game is fine too. You shouldn't just sit at the back doing nothing all the time. So it's reasonable to have some variety. And you've won for it.
See,
too.
my venture kills 4. My venture kills 4. She's GOAT.
You're actually a huge defender of this venture, so I think, you know, maybe she is GOAT. Just not at putting her name on forms for client intake.
Yeah, maybe not.
And not in that one spawn fight with the Kitsune Rush either.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it can happen. Alright. Here?
Yeah, she also plays Lifeweaver, so like... Sorry.
No, that's okay. I think Lifeweaver is, you know, one of the heroes of all time. So, you know, I'll allow it. Even though maybe I should start playing Lifeweaver. I feel like I'd make a good Lifeweaver player. Really, really annoy people. Really ruin their day.
Maybe.
Same thing pre-fight here. Same old. Like, you could shoot their cross a lot. Your whole team could shoot their cross a lot. Like, your team clean wiped them ages ago. Everyone here is respawned except for Yozaria. Oh no, Yozaria's dead. Yozaria's dead. So no, there is no opportunity because your tank died. If your tank can't stand forward with these shoots, really doing what you did is actually super reasonable. So you just poked a little bit and then you can't make the point. So you have no tank, you have rail. The sticky E thing is really, really useful. So here, this is good as well. Like you try to peek back out and go for a kill when you got your charge, like rail charged up. This is nice. And then just taking the fight like front to back on objective is also, I think, very reasonable. Oh, you're just going to die to the grab, aren't you? Okay. I think we might have to chalk this one up to like a little bit of a team issue, a little bit of like a difficult old situation in that like they come back with Grav, your team has no Zarya, you're not going to fight super far forward. A lot of what you did is good, you know, like you peeked their spawn, you got yourself rail, you came back, you peeked again, you tried to get a pick pre-fight. Maybe you didn't need to come back is the only thing. Like, watch when you peeked over here. You got healed, you're full health. Here, right now, if nobody's really like shooting you out super heavy, like still, you're basically still full HP right now. You can keep being a nuisance over on this side. You can swing behind them when the fight starts and shoot everyone in the side of the head. Like, the problem with a point like this is that because it's so narrow, this angle sucks and is really easy to block. This angle sucks and is really easy to block. This angle is actually really good. If you sneak in from behind and you can't be contested, coming behind them is so great because your Zarya uses all the cover on point and gets lots of pocket, and you shoot all the people that are hiding around the corner and playing cover. So here, like, your swing was really, really good when you had rail, but you got shot once and ran away. Maybe you don't need to do that. Maybe you can keep pressuring from this side. And if they don't force you out, then you're just going to carry the game. You can keep creeping forward, walk over the mini, keep fighting. And if they do force you out, then they don't get to walk up through main and just all roll over your team. Like, just walk straight over you. So I think there's definitely like an opportunity somewhere in here for you to try and carry more. But you just came straight back to like the furthest back default position where your angle is not very strong. And then from this position, like you lose because you get caught in the grav, but ultimately, like, you don't have an angle to carry the game from back here. This is very much like a we're getting ready to kite or we're getting ready to want to run away situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. And yeah, again, because there's like no pressure on you in terms of them having no Tracer, no Winston, no Lucio, nothing that can really chase you at all. Like, going on these like riskier flanks and just preserving your slide is super valuable, super valuable, because you can take like huge risk with your angle, and you can just slide out of their line of sight eventually. You don't need to save your slide for anyone shifting on you, because no one can. Well, I guess a Junkrat can. Here's nice again. Same combo, grab, throw your E into it. Care there, you see a Junkrat inside a little room and you walk towards him. Maybe do the opposite, maybe walk away from him. It's a slightly dangerous, maybe extremely dangerous. That hero is just like the only way that he ever kills you if your brain is switched on. Like, if you're not getting spammed across the map unlucky, the only way he ever kills you is if you get really close to him. So try to avoid that as much as you can. Here, you might feel like you're starting to get tired of the feedback at this point, but it's the same old story where it's like, hey, look, they're gonna retake across here, right?
They're just getting space for free.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like you just can't see them. Like, you're just truly in like the furthest back position off rip. And again, it's like another fight where you have overclock too. So it's like, really, these picks that they got, like, They killed your Kiri, they killed your Venture, and it's like I'm not going to say that these kills are your fault, but like let's say that they're all your fault, right? Because if you were forward and fighting and peeking and doing your job, just like peeking their walk, just standing here and poking them as they walk up through this big open stretch where they have no choice, but to be in your crosshair, then already these kills would have been much more difficult. Maybe you're the one getting a kill instead. But by starting from the back, you're just not playing to carry the game. You're just playing to wait for them to walk into your crosshair. But there are many places where they must walk into your crosshair. And you should try and take advantage of all of them. This is very nice. Oh my god, are you going to live too? Alright, you're a carry machine. See, they wind up on your screen. They wind up on your screen and it works out just fine.
Exactly.
This ends now.
Alright, you've got heart, kid. You've got heart. Alright, so here, thing is, if you've made a 5v4 situation, the importance of taking a side angle and going really wide goes down. For every player that you are up in a fight, the less important it is that you flank and go wide. So I think the general essence of the play that you made here is good. You know, like this is an alpha play. You know, you've slid off to the side, you've pulled the clock, you've gone for something aggressive. Execution could be a little better. You know, you walked into the Cassidy, you got yourself killed by like a Fountain Hammer. He got bubbled. You weren't able to get a bubble. But just a general thing is like you'd already made this 5v4 situation. You'd already made this 5v4 situation. So when you're already up in the fight like that, you can afford to play a little bit more front to back. You don't have to go super wide and you don't have to take really big risks. Because if you're in a 5v4, it's not that you've already won the fight, but you know, you're like 80% of the way there. You're already up a player. So going for like a wide flanking play in that situation, in a 5v4, it's just a little bit unnecessary. It's just like always when you go for like a wide flanking play and you do something super aggressive, you're risking the fact that you might get traded. So making that I might get traded play when you've already got this huge advantage of being in a 5v4, it's just a bit unnecessary. But again, I don't want to be too critical of this play because like it's good. You know, like you swung off to the side and you had a good angle to shoot the cast. Just things didn't go right. You know, like the orbital raise in main, which is something that you'd probably love to be inside. It's a 5v4, so you don't really need to be doing it. The cast got all the resources in the world and you didn't instantly one-shot him. Just, it can happen. But I think essence of the play is good. Maybe the timing with which you decided to do it, not so good. A little bit of Bastion feedback. It's been a minute.
What can I say? I'm a legend.
You are flexible. Good angle right now if you were on Sojourn. Bastion, similar principle applies, but a little bit less so. Like Bastion, you can be a bit more reactive, you can be a bit more with your team. But if you're on Sojourn right now, I'd be very happy, you know, with your angle choice here. Your team goes here, you go here. Again, they choke you on this corner, you get to shoot them in the side. So this is a good start.
Oh, yeah, it's also kind of my fault because I low-key just got like fucking pissed off by this point. Because my Kiri has not done a good like fucking Kiri ult like in this entire game.
Yeah, your Kiri just likes to use them pre-fight from the looks of things.
Like I don't
and then
know
get
why
pre-fighted afterwards.
Like I don't know why the fuck we Kiri ulted a grav and a fucking venture ult.
Like, just really wanted to shoot fast. Just if you win a fight with your ult, it must be a good ult, and if you lose a fight with your ult, it must be a bad ult. I think that's the theory.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What else do we have here? I think when you swung on this flank, as soon as you see that the fight is like breaking down, you should use your form. Like you should use shift. Because here you still haven't used shift. Like you had a good angle to shoot their tank. You had like a Bastion out in the open. You see players out in the open, form them. Like use shift and fight them. As soon as you're confident that people can't instantly hide from you, just use form. So like right here, Grab comes out, you can see Junkrat, you can see Zarya, press shift, you know? Press shift and start doing the real Bastion damage. Because here, like, you're peppering their junk, you kill their junk even, but you could probably just beam their Zarya and their junk all the way. You could make them run away super hard or have to push all the way into your team. Yeah. And we're out of that code. That was rapid. Let's get another one going.
Okay, so that venture player, right? He streamed against Gaming for Hope.
No.
And
no.
And her friend basically coaches Hopium because Gaming for Hope left Hopium.
That's his
so
old
I actually
team,
have, that's his old team, and I have a bunch of fucking like testimonies from his fucking teammates. It's so fucking funny.
Oh jeez, I didn't realize this guy had such reach in the community. You know, it's like everyone knows Gaming.
I didn't know this either.
Oh my days, let me look at this.
It's so fucking beautiful. You know, he rage quit. Like the last scrim he did, he fucking rage quit.
Oh,
because he was getting gapped, just turbo gapped.
Wait, is DD PIOP on Hopium, or are they just adjacent?
She's the coach for Hopium, or like after Game of Rope left, she basically took over Hopium and she coaches Hopium now.
Ah, I see.
I think they're trying to do Calling All Heroes.
Okay, let me read
Everyone
this
just
game
wants you.
It's just the Maryville.
Everyone just wants you.
The Maryville kids being annoying. All right, game for hope. Game started a team. Wait, he started the team?
Yeah, he started the team and he left his own team. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, poor guy. I didn't realize that you would be wrapped up in this too. Sometimes I see people typing about it in my Discord, or like
No, it's actually so fucking funny that like I'm
uncoachable
so deep
Discord.
in the gaming for Hope Lord, you know?
No, I mean, my heart goes out to them all. Lots of people are deeply invested from the looks of it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to. He's just delusional. I don't know. He came back to Overwatch recently too. I think. Like,
Yeah, he did.
I'm not really sure like what his end goal is here. I mean, I think I saw he said that he wants to get out of debt, but I don't know if that's going to work out for him, to be honest. I feel like
He wants to get to platinum.
plat, isn't he plat?
Oh no. He wants to get to diamond. He wants to get a diamond, right?
Because it's like
Oh,
I
no,
swear he got
sometimes I-
master on support and then just changed roles for no reason.
He got masters in like one season in like the early seasons, and he was like BAP one tricking.
Yeah.
But I saw his BAP and it was fucking terrible. Like he just only healed and barely did damage.
It's support.
And
man.
would
It's
you
the
shift and
easiest role to
fucking
climb on.
would you see in more and shift on the same fucking person? Just incredible.
He's an old man, you know. It takes a while to teach an old
He's
fella new
28.
tricks.
He's 28.
I'm 27. Dude.
He's your age,
That's
pal.
that's stones
He's
from a
your
glass
age.
house. Yeah, but he has a wife and kids. What do I have? I've got nothing. All right. Here, Mercy pocketed Soj. Only difference, like matchup wise, again, like there's not a lot of pressure on you in this comp. Like they don't have a lot of things that can get on you, but they do have something. There is a non-zero level of pressure onto you right now because at least they have a diva. So like if you shift like a total fool, then maybe the diva can shift on you and kill you too. But overall, like if you have a Mercy pocket and you're gonna get the Mercy pocket, then you can do heaps. Like you can take lots and lots of risk because you can swing wide and you can get like lots of aggressive angles, and the Mercy can bail you out of so many situations. Maybe the Mercy is just, oh my days. That was horrific.
Okay, I get a kill for it.
That was horrific. Absolutely horrific. Yeah, if you want to slide up onto that high ground, try aiming for one of the high grounds instead of the one thing that can block you from getting on the high ground. That's a little bit of advice.
Chill.
I was gonna say advice for free. It's actually not for free. You're paying for that. But yeah,
I
you
did.
see how like they have a diva, and now you use your slide super aggressively, and then instantly the diva saw you and shifted on you and killed you. It's like not ideal, you know. Like aggressively sliding, you need to be super mindful of their diva. Like you need to not be staring at her all the time, but keeping track of her and understand that like your ability to shift and your ability to go aggro is very tied into whether or not does she have mech, does she have shift. If you watch her shift over here, you can shift over here super free, right? You can shift up onto this high ground right here and have a good side angle to shoot everyone off the edge if their diva shifted to the other side. But if their diva shifts over here and then you shift up here too, her shift has a much lower cooldown than yours. So what's going to happen is like you might have 2 or 3 seconds of value, and then the diva can turn around and shift on you again. So it's important that like it's not just about see a shift, use a shift, but also like understanding the spacing and the fact that you want to be far away from her a lot of the time, because otherwise she's just going to catch you. But again, you went for the mystery third option, which is to slide onto the low ground. Next fight. And you got res. Your team is 45 seconds into the round and nobody has touched card yet. That is unreal.
Just the best players.
Just
down here.
top players. Are we going to get a full minute with 0.0 meters because nobody wants to touch card? Like, where is your honor in all this?
Apparently.
There you
Just
go.
nobody wanted to
Sorry,
fucking touch
we're
card.
on the board. We're on the board. Your friend has got this.
Yeah,
she's
go.
all over this. She's all over this.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Wrong POV. Back to it.
Yeah, nice one.
These things can happen. All right. So here, like, I'm actually going to go further back. Here, right now, you have this, like, Mercy pocket, and you just witnessed that diva commit what is almost a complete war crime. So, like, right now, your team is, like, or 3v3, maybe 3v2 even, like half of their players aren't even out yet. And you started in a good position. You were swinging in main, you were shooting them, and you had a mercy pocket. But like you just run away like a total coward and not even tried to fight the diva. Like their diva got so aggressive. She shifted into all of you and you had a pocket. So you really need to like keep fighting in these situations. If you're pocketed, you have a brig pocket, you have a mercy pocket, you slid back to cart and waved at your friend. But she doesn't want anything to do with you right now. You need to shoot the players that are just like feeding into your team. So right now, like their diva does this. If you kind of kept fighting the diva, kept rolling the diva, she could just be out of suit. She could be getting shit on and you could be swinging again. So like in this moment, if you had kept fighting and you hadn't run away because you're pocketed, you're going to be fine. You know, you can literally keep fighting her almost face to face and your mercy can stand on the corner and not die. Then you could be swinging back here and doing more and shooting her suit out or fucking this Anna who's over on the coast all by their lonesome. But instead, just super passive. Like you ran away super quickly and you didn't even want to fight it. But if you're pocketed, like you must fight. You have to do something. All right, now we're back again. And now you're in this position where it's like you're not like being brave and taking any risk. You're not coming back up into main and peeking again. You're not trying to shoot out the Ana. You're just standing. Just standing in.
Yeah, I'm just standing in the fucking open. Yeah.
To be honest though, like they all came through here. Like you actually have a decent angle to shoot that. Like it kind of like it works out and it doesn't. You know, their diva just blocks you from the looks of things, but it wasn't the end of the world. Your team is majorly fucked by the fact that you didn't push cart for like an hour. Yeah. You can get away with so much when you have a mercy pocket, like really so much. Like here you see, like their diva's on you, and they have way more players alive than what they did in the first time, and their diva couldn't do a damn thing to you, you know? And now you press the advantage. Like the way you played this time with the pocket is like 100 times better than the way you did the first time.
Maybe if I could fucking aim, it would be a lot better, you know?
Your aim ain't that bad, you know? You're getting kills with the right click. Not every time, but you know, you're doing enough. So really, I think not the end of days. Here, you've got like a nice wide angle on the side. This would be like a nice time to like use overclock and try to win the fight. You're taking a lot of time, like scrapping it out in the neutral, scrapping it out in the neutral, scrapping it out in the neutral. Card position is here. You're probably not thinking about that, but if you wipe them here, you cap the first point. Like you've won the game. And here, like you've slid out to this wide side position. Their diva's back in suit. Use your ult, try to win the game here and now. Otherwise, maybe it's gonna go a little pear shaped for you. And look at that. You use your ult. Diva's on you. If they didn't sleep that diva, you're probably going to die, is the only thing, just because you slid out wide and now their diva's back in suit. But I think when you slid, their diva was not back in suit, so like super reasonable. You slid to a good angle, you did something, relatively happy with that outcome.
Okay.
You like sliding into the danger zone a lot though, like sliding to here.
Yeah,
it's like, nothing has been accomplished now. You're just you're just in dangerous space. You can play like wide from main. You can play wide from main. You can play wide back here. Like you can be here or you can be here with cover. There are lots of different positions you can take where you can just kind of like pressure the choke super hard without being in the choke. But by being face to face with the choke, you're just introducing an insane amount of unnecessary risk. There's no like fall off on this character, so having long range is generally good. It's a little bit, slide onto that guy and kill him. You just did that, and the supports are all dead. You slide forward and kill this guy, for sure that's the move, you know? Like this was like a free kill for you, just letting him run away. Or you come back to your team and maybe you're gonna win that way instead. Oh no, maybe the Bastion ult's gonna clutch up. The Bastion ult did not clutch up. And the rest of this fight, I mean, it's worked out okay.
It actually does not. It gets really fucking close.
There's no way. Oh, it's the Bastion. It was all the Bastion. And that damn baby diva.
Bastion's just OP.
That's that damn baby diva as well. Alright, we can talk about how this got rough again. So here, it's like full health. Just walking out wide, making sure that you can see the people that are recontesting, being like back here, over here, making sure that you have good angles to see what's on the cart and have some cover too. Standing on the cart for yourself, it's not like super valuable unless you're like pushing in to kill a baby diva that's hiding behind it or something like that. But because you're kind of like constantly tethered to the cart, you never have like a super good angle to like turn it into a shooting gallery, you know? They can keep like pivoting around the cart super easily, but you just don't have good cover at any point. And you're always trying to like slide over the cart again and again. Maybe just having one side where you can walk left to right with some cover that isn't the cart cover is a bit better. Because then you're safe and you don't have to panic around all the time. But you're just like scrapping it out on the card super hard. Alright. Slide on, kill her. Oh,
Cybernetic innovation.
there was a remake
really
death in another
useless.
timeline.
Yeah.
I thought you would switch
Yeah.
for sure, to be honest. But
I was,
general,
I was thinking to myself, oh, I'm fucked. Then the fucking orb just kills her.
hmm,
Thank you.
yeah, general approach to the fight was really fine though. Like you win a fight, you push forward, you press the advantage a little bit. Now it's sort of just like where to next. Make sure that you get a good angle again. We love shifting onto this diva. She's one of your favorites, I can only assume.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
It's just a little Seraphim skin, you know?
ah, that's it actually. Everyone's coming back to get on the Seraphim skin. My friend was telling me that his girlfriend's reinstalling the game to buy all the Seraphim skins because she loves Seraphim. So it's like,
I
who said
literally
that?
got.
Yeah.
I came back to this game because of the Seraphim.
Oh my god.
Also,
It can't keep
mental
happening.
illness.
People,
Mental illness.
people just love the Seraphim. Apparently, it's not for me. But you know what? It's apparently for a lot of people. I'd never even heard of them until the first collab, and then I forgot about them until the second one. So I just have different things going on in my brain, I suppose. All right, this part of first point is a little bit awkward for hit scan, to be honest, because there's really like no great angles. You come down to a position like this, and you can see what's happening in main, but people can get above you really easily, and they can pressure you really, really hard. You can play positions like this, and positions like this, you have really good vision of everything that's happening in this whole square. So I think even though this is a little bit further back and it's harder to press an advantage, this is probably one of the strongest angles until the cart is around the corner or getting close to around the corner. Because here you can see everything that's happening on. You can see everything that's happening on the cart, and you just get good vision of the high ground as well. The fact that there's like this high ground up here that you really can't contest when you're underneath is a really big problem because someone can stand up here and they can shoot out whoever is on the cart. Like you see your Ana's dead right now. Like your Ana died because their soldier came up onto the high ground and shot this out. And now even though you're ulting and you're fighting in main and you're looking for more kills, nobody's pushing the cart. And it would be much harder for their soldier to do this if you tried to like take high ground and like shoot out their players that are up top. Coming down here, it's good and it's bad. You know, you can close that kill on the baby diva. That can be a good thing. You can find the kills. But if you're just stuck down here, they can really creep into some of the more powerful positions and they can block your cart push. That being said, like the way you've played this fight overall, not atrocious because it's sort of just like the game is dynamic, you know? Like I'm just trying to talk to you about like what positions are good and what positions might not be good and situations and such. But really like, you pressed an advantage, you got a kill, then you killed their Mercy, then you slid in to try and kill their baby diva. Like you being down here is not some egregious throw. You're doing a lot. Just talking about how you can approach points on the map a little more generally, and concepts like having vision of the card is really valuable. And this guy was trying to tell me that he can't aim. Grow up.
I use she/her.
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I don't mind that much. It's alright.
I spat my coffee out. Unbelievable.
Also, what is your fucking Twitch sub discount? You dick.
What, did you not apply it, or does it not
couldn't
work?
find it. I couldn't fucking find it.
Are you linked up in the Discord? I'll send you $6. Like I'll send you $6.
No, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about the $6.
There's a channel in the Discord.
Where?
Let me wait. You need to have your Twitch linked to your Discord so that then if you link your Twitch to your Discord so that then you get the subscriber role from the bot, then anyone that has the subscriber role from the bot can see the channel. That's all right. Send me a PayPal email after this, and I'll send you.
No, I
$6
really don't
discount.
care.
No, you're in Twitch, so yeah, of course. That's the price of the dead name. Like that's the $6 right there. You can consider a payment for that. It's shocking.
Like the $6 is like for my privacy.
You know what?
A little privacy.
Oh fuck! Just for this one, I'm gonna have to put a pronoun section on the intake form on the client thing. I never considered this, but you know what? You live and you learn.
The woke left has taken Unter. It's so sad.
I mean, my chat is so woke. What do you mean?
Transgender.
No,
yeah.
Do you look at my Discord? Yeah,
I'm in your chat. Yeah.
My Discord is like just a marketplace of ideas for transgender teenagers. Like I don't know how it happened, but it's a huge proportion of that community.
Unter, my favorite transgender icon.
Apparently so. All right, let's get back to the gameplay here, just from the brief distraction. Here, where you've wound up is shitful because like these angles are really, really close and really easy to force you out from. What the one upshot here is that Zakinyo in all of their glory has just hard carried the game and made it like impossible for you to lose because they've gone and killed both of their supports pre-fight for you. But really, in a section like this, it's really important towards the end of the point that you just have like these really strong positions for the hold because your team can set up around all of these high grounds and have these really, really good angles to shoot cart and shoot the chokes. And it's just super hard to retake from this space because you're stuck on the ground and you have to touch cart and you have to come through all of these chokes. And simultaneously coming through these chokes and needing to touch cart means that the defenders just get this massive advantage. But if everyone stands on the cart, like if I see 3 people standing on the cart down here or playing really, really close, then you lose that advantage because they can walk out and contest the objective and fight players on cart at the same time. So Limmy here, you know, you sliding up to the high ground, like now you're just putting yourself in a position where it's like their diva doesn't even have to use shift in order to kill you. Like if you had started up top somewhere like here, so you could shoot this choke and you could shoot this choke and you could shoot this cross, then they shift on you and you just shift over to the next wide space far away where they need to make a choice. Am I going to chase you or am I going to touch the cart? And if they have to make that choice and they chase you, then you win the game by pushing the cart through to the end. And you don't even die necessarily. But if you do something like this where you slide forward, this is like a big trade me, please kill me situation. So you gotta be very careful with that. You slide like super aggressively, but you're already in a 5v3, you already have all the free car push. Just get a good angle to shoot the people that are coming to touch. And make it so that if they don't shift on you, you're just gonna kill everyone touching. By the way, it's gonna work out just fine because, you know, Ziquinho killed 2 of their supports before literally anything could happen. But you should just play for the condition that isn't flashy, you know? Play for the condition that means that I have a good angle to shoot point, they have to touch point. This is a general habit that you can apply absolutely everywhere, and that will win you games. Here, you're mercy pocketed, you're stepping up to main, you're swinging wide. That's good. All is good here. I think overall, like what's happening here is really, really good. It'd be sick if your Mercy could keep pocketing you, but apparently your Mercy would rather beam Ziquinho in the arse for no reason.
You know, Ziquinho's just Thanos.
I mean, to be fair, Ziquinho did win your second point. Like, absolutely dominate second point on your behalf. So I think maybe it's reasonable that Ziquinho gets a little bit of tender love and care. But yeah, what you're doing here, broadly speaking, is very, very good. One thing you can do, like, you know, you've got a Mercy in your game. Just spam X. Just fucking annoy them. Just keep spamming X until they pocket you, you know? Keep looking at them. Give them a little wave. Like, nothing will get you a pocket faster than looking at the Mercy and waving at them in spawn. And then saying thank you or something like that when they wave back. Just anything like that. Trust. You want a little... You're playing hit scan, you want the Mercy pocket so bad.
Are you the Mercy White Knight of the OCE?
Of course. Not really, though, because I can't aim and I don't play hit scan. But it's a great thing to play hit scan and be pocketed by a Mercy player. They will make you 50% better instantly. So here what you're doing is good. You're swinging wide and you're poking hard and you're getting kills pre-fight. It would be even more good if there was a Mercy beam up your ass, but unfortunately you didn't woo Foxy's wife enough. Anyway.
Yeah.
Now you do have the Mercy beam. You can keep peeking. You can keep carrying the game. Swing and a miss on the rail, but really, like, you're doing a lot here. They have to keep hiding from you. You're just attentionally blind to the Bastion. Like, you genuinely only have eyes for their Ashe, apparently. Like, you really want this kill on the Ashe, but you got it, right? And now, like, look at how hard you carry the game. Like, genuinely, look at how hard you carry the game when you just take a wide angle and pick the enemy. Like, imagine this concept applied on that Suravasa before, where anytime they have to cross through big open space, you're just there shooting them in the face. Like, you're just there making it a little bit harder for them. And pressing X so your supports pocket you so you don't get traded for nothing. And just keep fighting. And just keep doing stuff. Because now, all is good. And again, the Mercy Beam is missing in action. You got a sticky E, finally. I used to dream of days like this. You know me. But either way, like... Do you take sticky every time or something? I've never given someone feedback on perks other than arguing with Seeker about it. But you know, do you take sticky every time?
I like sticky. Yeah,
I think sticky is pretty arse into their comp. Like sticky is really good when they have like something that you can stick easily. So like a tank that is like a Malga or even like a definitely just if they have a tank that can
habit.
If they have a tank that can shift on you,
picking sticky.
If they have a tank that can shift on you, 2 slides is way better. Because then you can slide somewhere wide and you can slide away again. You can take way more risk. And especially into D.Va. Like, D.Va above all else is probably like one of the worst tanks that you could possibly take Sticky E into, because she can just eat your E. She can just reduce your value with the E so much. And given she's like a huge threat to you with her shifting on you, having 2 slides is like massive value.
It's just the sin of being greedy and wanting full charge.
Sin of greed.
Yeah.
This ends.
Yeah, I mean that's the nice thing about Sticky giving you railgun charge is it's pretty sick, but it's just not a good tank to have it. Either way, you have
my
you have
God.
single-handedly
Oh my
carried this
God.
third point. I mean, we can.
Oh my God.
Let's ignore the last like million shots that happened.
I
That's a-
pretend it never happened.
Yeah, I had my eyes closed for that whole fight, so I can only assume you carried. I see round one complete. It looks like a win. You used your ult. It must have been great. But the general thing for this third point is just like very positive. Like as soon as you were on the snowball, you kept pressing that advantage. You keep swinging wide and poking them and poking them and poking them, and they never even got a fight. And like you can do that in every game. Like you're in plat. You can do that in every single game. You can always take more risk, get a good angle, shoot that cross. And like people are just gonna keep walking into your crosshairs. And you know what? As long as you don't aim like you did in that last fight, your aim is good enough. But my eyes are closed, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's quite alright.
If you can outthink your opponent, it's easy to outfight.
So do I need a tier 3 sub to like get kindness and coaching? Or
I don't think.
coaching?
I think it depends on the vibe. Like if someone feels like a real regular stream viewer, I think like the kindness just disappears. Like I just like lose the ability to be nice. Like you should have pretended to not
see.
be a viewer. Because that would have made it easier. But like as soon as you call me a dickhead once, it's like, oh, the jig is really up here. Like this. It's not
Should I
happening.
set up a Make-A-Wish kid and I got this
Exactly.
$56?
Yeah, no, it's like the Make-A-Wish Foundation bought me this coaching session as my final wish, and it's like, well, I would have been real nice then, I suppose. Like I would back to the wall. All right, starting position. It was okay. Up here is real good. Down here is good for having an angle to shoot them out of spawn. Up here is good just so then you don't have to use your slide to get back up top. You can just shoot a lot. It's just an awkward part of the map. Like fighting in this stretch, like they have a Widow. You get Widow picked super easily. It's a little bit easier once the cart rolls a little more and you can play safer angles. Or you can play off to the side where the Widow angle isn't good anymore. So you don't have to commit too hard to fighting here. Just charge your rail, take the duel with the Widow.
Low-key and ego duel.
That's alright. You've got a 2-minute time bank. You got to take all the ego duels in the world.
Okay.
A little bit of risk taking, but it's not like they have like any exceptional dive. You can get away with a bit of walking and risk taking. This is a rough day to be a venture. It's a very rough day to be a venture. Either way,
Fuck my venture life.
it's just. Are they a venture one trick? Is that
Yes.
the vibe? Yeah.
No, they're a flex DPS, but they don't flex.
Doesn't seem very
They only
flexible
play
playing venture
Pharah.
in town.
Yeah. They only play Pharah, Mei, Sim, and fucking Venture. But they mainly play Venture.
I see.
They have a good Pharah.
I
They were
mean,
an off-tank player in Overwatch 1. And they just came to DPS.
they're just fully reformed now. They're just giving
Yeah.
people cancer on venture every game.
Mhm.
It's a switch up for sure. It's a real switch up. What you did like in the later periods of this fight is like I think playing a bit better into the condition of what's going on. Like they're off Widow, they're on like Reaper and Diva. You're just playing like a back main angle where you can see a lot and you can poke them on their whole walkthrough. Hopefully someone starts holding the cart here and you can just keep shooting up here. As the fights start to like break down or whatever, you can like come up onto the high grounds and like sneak in up here, force people to push you out, slide between tops, stuff like that. But the general approach of what you did at the beginning was pretty reasonable, like you just played up back in main, didn't get yourself traded, charged rail, kept shooting main. So I think that's okay. You lose this game, you said that?
No, I won. It was just really close. It was like 4-3.
Okay. And yeah, here the fight has started to break down. You got a little bit aggressive. You got to be really careful now. The Diva's remeked underneath you. This was a dangerous moment for sure. This is a dangerous moment. You're fortunate that Alduin doesn't have eyes for you because here like they threw their bomb out beneath you. And they remeked beneath you, and you slid like just a little like slide for fun. Like you just slid from here to here, like it was really useless. And if their Diva clocked that, she could just shift on you and kill you. She could just shift on you and press E, and you would just disappear into a puff of smoke. So a little bit dangerous sometimes. Like just recognizing that you are like one shift killable from their Diva, and if you're really close to her and you slide for fun, then she's gonna take advantage of your fun. Your Anna's just taking the piss. Just doesn't have any bullets in her gun for like an hour. Not sure what's going on there. But here, someone got traded. So again, just like have an angle in main to poke their walk. Maybe lean over to the other side. You see how your whole team is over here on the left? Maybe leaning over to the right would be a nice thing. Just so that you have a different angle, so that you have an opposing angle. same concept as like when you're retaking and your tank is main, so you want to get an adjacent angle. Again, like everyone's leaning off to the left. Hitscan can be the widest player. Pretty much always you can afford to be the widest player and play off to the side. So maybe here, just so that you have like a different angle off to the side, they use card cover to hide from people on the right, you're on the left, etc. Just constantly having a double angle with your team so that not everyone is stacked together. Because if everyone is stacked together, it's so easy for them to use cover to hide. If you have multiple angles, then it becomes infinitely more difficult. Here, again, same sort of situation. Look, their diva has shift. You just slid right in front of her face. So again, if this player was a little bit more switched on, they would just be shifting directly onto you and killing you. You're shifting up here into the Reaper's effective range, getting really, really close to the Reaper, which is where he wants you. He wants you to be close to him. So this is the same as what you're doing versus Junkrat. Some characters, you just want to be far away from them. Some characters, they just want to be close to you. So make sure that you understand the conditions for that and you're not just doing stuff like this on a regular basis. So here it's like a double mistake. You know, you're getting really, really close to the Reaper for like basically no reason. And you're sliding right in front of a Diva's face.
Yeah.
So just dangerous position. Fortunately, their Diva would rather shift on your Roadhog than you, but they've just killed Zakinya, so I can assume that first point is soon to fall because Thanos is dead.
I'm a Thanos.
Legend. Now here, big open stretch, you pull the clock, pretty reasonable. Chance of a clutch didn't work out. Maybe you could have done it a little sooner, you know, that's the only, like, the nitpick here is like, you know, where was it? There was a timing. It was like, here, the diva you shift, you can clock, you know? The diva just shifted, so she can't shift on you. Instead, you slip back to your team. Maybe you stay out wide, you pull the clock, you start fighting these people, you shoot the diva in the back, whatever it may be. Just sliding back inside where everyone else is. Straight away, your angle has been deleted. You know, you had a good angle out wide where you could clock and you could kill people in the open, and you slid back to something more shallow, something a bit more risk averse. And that means that now all they have to do is just look in one direction to win the game. And yeah, the clock comes out a little slow, but is what it is. This is a fake recontest. Team's already dead, so it's a fake recontest. Alright, here we are. Alright, let's go back. Here. Swing out on high ground. All good. What you want to do, just creep your way forward. Left side, right side, doesn't matter. There's a mercy pocket. Your hog is going right side. If your hog's going right side, you can go left side. You can get the mercy pocket and you can go off to the left. Just create a pincer with the rest of your team. You see them going over here, you can come over here. You can press X, get your mercy to follow you, and suddenly this high ground will be cleared. You know, you're just going to have an angle to shoot people. They're going to be watching you or they're going to be watching your hog. And then one side is going to carry the game. But instead, you come right up the guts, you drop onto the low ground, and here, easiest position possible to mark. You can no longer creep up with cover and apply lots of pressure. It becomes infinitely easier for them to peek you than it becomes for you to peek them. You have much worse cover. You can't push and pull. You can't work your way in towards them. You have to all or nothing, gamble, slide up, come from low ground. So here, you give up the high ground for no reason, and the solution would have just been go the opposite side of your hog and take high ground and slowly work your way in through the high ground. But instead, just like huge gamble play here, sliding up through main. Unnecessary. Maybe it gets you killed. It gets you killed.
Yeah.
It gets Foxy's wife killed too. He's dedicated. That one comes next.
Hello.
I guess the second point just simply didn't exist. There's just nothing to be said about it. It was a real flash in the pan. But yeah, I mean the feedback's there. Just making sure that you keep high ground and not dropping for literally no reason. And again, double angle stuff. Like just making sure that you go opposite side of your hog, so then they look at you, your hog gets to walk. They look at your hog, you get to walk. Here on third point, you've really grasped the concept of for some reason it just clicks in your head on third point and in other places not. That on this point you can just swing wide and shoot them really, really hard. And this is good. This is like carry positioning and attempt. Just no idea what your team is. It's been like such a long time. Everyone, where the hell is everyone? Like, where is your tank? Like, why is the card here and your tank is still... The Zakinya is just jerking off. Like, I don't know. It's been such a long time.
Zakinya. That's Thanos.
It's like the card was like in the middle of second point when your team got wiped. And like, still, everyone is just hiding. Like, this game is a piss take.
This game was so fucking funny.
Your position was
just wondering where my... I was just wondering where my tank was most of the game.
Oh,
Just take a
Zikinho,
crazy off angle.
he's trying to aura check. He's constantly trying to aura check.
Yeah.
He's nearly died to that Reaper up top as well. Alright,
Okay, he had Foxy's wife for the res.
Good to see you.
she's good for it. She's so good for it. Alright, here we are again. Wide angle. Good things are coming. You get shifted on, you can shift up to the high ground as well. You use a cart like this, you can shift onto the high ground. I think if you're here, you can shift up to here for sure.
Okay.
And it's just a little safer, like back to your team. But your honor's actually, your honor's on the low ground. So sliding to the low ground is super reasonable. You slide anywhere back here, and your honor will help you too. So this is really good. Again, like their div is shifting on you right now. Their div is probably okay. It actually didn't work out. Maybe the problem here is just like you slid over here, which is in line of sight of everyone.
Yeah.
If you slid like
I
back
probably
here,
should have just didn't jump and just probably just slide into the corner.
it's like a twofold thing where it's like if you're standing on top of the cart, the hope is that like you'd be trying to like slide up to the high ground, like you're using that height for something. Because otherwise you can peek them in main and you can use the cart cover a little bit. So you can use the cart to block the damage from their soldier and their honor, and you can peek off to the side and poke and poke and poke, just so you have more cart cover. And then when you want to get out, you just slide back down this way and no one can see you anymore. But instead, like you stood on top of the cart, so you have no cover anymore. If you're on top of the cart, you have no cover. You're going to take max damage. And then when you got shifted on, you didn't slide back over to here to safety. You slid like over to here.
Into
where,
a
again,
wall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in a
classic
wall where
hit
everyone
scan.
can see. It's typical hit scan player. Yeah, it's exactly right.
Yeah, sorry.
You can
I just
adjust.
have cancer.
Agreed. And yeah, there's not a lot can be done about that res there, but it's a hit scan player, so what can you do? Alright, moving on.
This ends.
Don't blame me, blame my role.
Alright, that's better actually. Yeah, it's always the hit scan player, like as a role, as a concept, not the actual person. The clock was good, like just pulling the clock early as your team comes out, giving yourself a good recontest opportunity. Maybe it came out like a little early, like before your team was there, so maybe there was a chance that you're gonna get clapped out, but it seems like it worked just fine, so probably not a whole lot to be said about that. Now you're starting here, you've abandoned the principle. Like after doing a good thing for a very, very long time, you've come up to the high ground and taken a safe position at the very start, Like if you, after wiping their team, came back and just kept on doing the same thing that you were doing before, it would probably be better, because up here, it's actually kind of hard for you to shoot that cross. Like from up here, you don't see a lot. You miss all of their dropping through here. They can hug this wall and hide from you a lot. So because you went for this big long rotation to take high ground, what have you actually accomplished by doing it? Because down here, you could have just keep peeking, keep peeking, keep peeking, keep shooting the cross, maybe get a pick, maybe your Kiri gets a pick, maybe your, Zikinho is not going to get a pick because he's standing on card for some reason, but general concept applies. But instead, you came high ground, you started really, really safe, and then as a result, you did no damage on their rotation. And now everyone is through the choke, and Kiri's dead, but maybe that part isn't on you. But yeah, just a passive starting position leads to the enemy team getting a very, very free retake. Must be brave.
Not so fast. Let's kick this off.
Position here is good. Just good angle to shoot the cart, have some cover. You win your duel, all's good in the world.
My Kiri won it from me.
No, I mean, you bought time, you got him very low, and then Foxy's wife came back to finish the job. Now you're back in the god spot, so that's nice. You shoot the cross, make it awkward for them. Again here, like you slid back, but I think you had Foxy's wife over on the side. I don't know if Foxy's wife could actually help you here. Foxy's wife was doing a bit more when they were on Mercy and they were pocketing you. But if you're here and your Kiri's here, you can kind of help each other a lot. They try to force out your Kiri, you shoot everyone in the back. You get shot a little bit.
Okay.
Instead of instantly sliding away, you just D-peek here and then press X and the Kiri will look at you and heal you, and you can keep holding on to this really good position, and you can creep in from behind, and you can just be like this constant nuisance. Because if nobody's shifting on you, if the D.Va isn't shifting on you, if there's nothing to actually hard chase you, there's no reason for you to come back to main if you can actually maintain this side space. So I think try to maintain the side space as much as possible. Don't just slide back to your team straight away, because like in this scene, like your Kiri was here, like for sure could help you, and you could for sure help her. But instead, you've just come back to front to back gaming, and yeah, now your Kiri is getting forced out. Looks like your Kiri isn't being forced out because Foxy's wife is actually the best, and you're a hit scan player.
my
It can
God.
happen. It can happen.
Platin hit scan. It's a curse.
Foxy's wife trying to die. You'll escape platinum soon.
Get
It's
yourself together.
I've read it in the cards.
I mean, I just started playing. Like I'm pretty new to the game.
I think you'll. How long have you been playing?
I only have like 70 hours in comp.
Okay, you're gonna get out of plat very soon, I think, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like plat 2. I'm like nearly plat 1.
Yeah, I mean 70 hours is really low. This game's been up like a billion years. Like
Yeah,
most
sorry.
people, most people that are playing comp probably have like thousands of hours at this point. Like
Yeah, I'm just a new gen.
new gen. Kids these days. You're back on Tracer. Do you play this, or is this like a hit scan player Tracer?
It depends, cause like I used to play Tracer a good bit, and I was like okay at her, and I just lost it all.
Yeah. So
You know?
the
'Cause I
thing
stopped
about
playing her.
the thing about Tracer is that it's like it's taking all of this theory that you have on hitscan about like going off to the side and just
And you throw it out.
no,
yeah.
no, it's not throwing it out.
Oh.
It's like putting it on crack almost. Like you want more of these side angles. Like you want side angles that don't need to be supported by your team. Like you no longer need to be pocketed by a Mercy or pocketed by your flex support in order for you to maintain these side angles. So like it's really bad on Tracer if you're like main with your team and if you're not somewhere off to the side. Because if they look at your team and they're
Okay.
also looking at you at the same time, then there's like a huge issue. So like here, if you're pressing this advantage and you're chasing the soldier, sure, you're chasing him down and you're trying to kill him. But after he's dead, like the next space that you want to be looking for an engagement, it's like this whole side of the map is open right now. There's nobody over here. So you come over here, over to the left, and you wait for people to come in. And then once people are here, you're shooting them in the back. You know, you're swinging from over here and you're shooting them in the back, and your team is shooting them from the front. And you get shot at and you don't need a healer because you have a health pack right here that you can use. And you can just keep running away and buying time and taking packs. But if you're always playing main and you're always in the same position as where your tank is going to be, then like you're going to be super low impact. But Trace is so great because you can be off on the side and you can just pressure people from the side. And if they chase you, you can just run away from anyone. You can always get away from them. But here, like pre-fight, like you're pushing in so aggressively. You know, you're chasing a soldier that's like very safe towards his spawn that has his heal pack down. Just not going to happen. And then as soon as you have to use your recall like this, your turn is done on Tracer. Like you've lost your opportunity to carry the game. Tracer needs recall in order to take risk. So as soon as you've used your recall, now you have to play like really, really slow. And you come over to a side like this and you have to be really, really patient and hidden. And you have to conserve your blinks. Because again, like if someone comes and chases you and fights you, you no longer have your recall. You no longer have your best dueling tool. So here, recall's down, you run away. That's fine. But straight away, like you've got to be looking when recall is back up to get back in on the side, to get back on a good angle that is separate from your team. So here, as soon as you came out here, you can come in here. And then again, double angle with your team. Your team is main, you're off to the side. There's a health pack in here that you can use. But just out here in the open in no man's land, not going to happen. Going to be low value. And now look, you get forced back towards your team. Again, next situation where you want to recreate this. Look at this. Your tank is on the right. You want to come over here. You want to come inside this room. Again, health pack, side angle. They're going to come touch card, shoot through main. Your tank is here. You are here. You always have a side angle. You always have cover and a health pack and places that you can run away to. Just lots of opportunities for value. But what I'm seeing very consistently, like within 3 cycles of cooldowns, is that every time you always lean back towards your team. You always just come back to the ineffective position. So like every time you're here, you can run away to the pack and to the opposite side. You're here, you can run away to the pack and to the opposite side. You're here, you can run away to the pack and the opposite side. But in all 3 instances, you ran away towards where your hog was. You ran away towards your team, which means that you don't set up for the next turn. Now here, like yeah, you lose this ultimate scrap, but yeah, like if you wanted to carry it again, other side, opposite side, people have to chase you.
Okay.
They chase you, they come away from the cart, they get back shots from your team. Chasing you should come at a cost, but if they chase you and they're chasing you into the rest of your teammates, there is no cost. It's just value.
So much easier.
The best archaeologists get their noses out of books and into the dirt.
We're back on Sojourn. Let's see what you got for me.
Hey. So,
This fucking life actually pissed me off. They kept trying to give me a pedal when I knew they might have, or like they were trying to play Widow maybe.
You're gonna get pedaled up into the sky right as the game starts or something like.
Like no, yes, it literally happened. I was actually like so fucking tilted.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Just the brilliant minds of
It's
Platinum.
alright. Thanos has got you. Got Zakino with a
Thank you,
free
Zach.
fight
You know.
pick. Yeah. We all worship the Church of Zakino. And your
Yeah,
ventures
my
also
venture's
got you
dead.
in a way.
GG.
Yeah.
GG.
Thank you, Venture. All right, what are you doing here? Just good. Low pressure on you. Just keep swinging, keep peeking. Do as much as you can. Hide from the form timing. Oh, you took double slide.
Oh shit, I
Playing
did.
to win.
I don't even remember. Yeah. No, I just like making it easier for them to win, you know?
If you have double slide, like you can take a little more risk, you know, like just because you can get away super easily.
Okay.
Sliding back here, just pointless, just a nothing slide, you know. Like you could have stayed wide and shot and shot and shot. Like look at this guy. This guy's got no fucking cover at all. You can come out here and you can just keep shooting and keep shooting. Bastion swings you, you slide away. You keep getting shot, you slide away again. But you're here under no pressure. And you slide from useless position under no pressure to useless position under no pressure. There's no need to do that. Slide to aggressive angles when you're under no pressure, or walk to aggressive angles and then slide out. Maybe it's clutchable. Again, like throughout this whole exchange, throughout this whole first point, as the card is wrapping around here, you're always anchored to this. And this is like the passive side. Look at all this cover that there is over here. Look at all this open space with a health pack and an opposite angle of cart. Like, it's probably better illustrated like all the way back here. Right now, you know, this is probably the perfect time to illustrate it. See how your whole team is bunched up in this corner?
Yeah.
This map is so lonely. This side of the map is so lonely right now. Like genuinely just hungering for one singular individual to come and take advantage of the fact that this side is just open and you can play here and you can shoot cart from an opposite angle, so people hide behind and you shoot them here and you swing even wider still and you get an even better angle and you have a mini health pack. It's just it's an excellent side of the map for you to attempt to lean into at some point. And it's like, you know what, your hit scan. This is where you want to be, not stuffed into a corner here doing nothing. Let's expect this. All right.
Chill on. Flank me, daddy.
I don't think I will. Alright. Now the honor has died to you through some sort of magic. Because you have two slides, you get away from every risky situation and it all just works out in the wash. But yeah, the feedback is... The thing about hit scans, the feedback is remarkably simple, you know? It's figuring out what a good angle is and then taking it as much as possible. Finding all of these moments when you're just not taking an angle and you're just hiding at the back and being ineffective, and then minimizing those. Thinking like, could I be shooting my gun more? Could I be swinging wider so that I can shoot my gun more? And then understanding this huge general concept that is like, oh look, my team's on the left, I should be on the right. Just making sure that if they stand behind the cart, you can shoot the other side. Or if they LOS you, then your whole team can shoot them instead. And understanding that, especially before you have two slides, especially when you only have one slide, it's really important to walk to good angles and then slide away from them when you're under pressure. Because a lot of hit scans wind up doing this thing, not looking at anyone in particular, Seeker, where they know what all the good angles are and they know how to stand in the good angles. But because they're lazy bastards, they slide to the good angles and then get shifted on and die. So they take all of the good positions, but then they die taking them because they're taking too much risk. Walk to the good positions and then slide away from them when you're in trouble. That's the general theory.
Hey,
And then here we are, final frontier, pushing card a little. It's a fantastic adaptation from before. Just pushing card with less than a minute. It's good. Now their Mei has no ice block. If their Mei has no ice block like this, like maybe just try and walk as wide as you can, come through to here, so then you can capture when she comes out of it. Like she just used her block out in the open, like super aggro. You keep pushing cart here, it's okay, but you see her waste her block while she's sitting still. Just set up to kill her, set up to get a good angle on her. So you could have swung wide really fast, but you know what? She just doesn't respect the fact that she doesn't have blocks, so she'll kill herself anyway. That works too.
Respect.
Yeah, it's a respect moment. It's a chosen respect button. That's the chosen respect button there in Renko's DMs right now.
Hooray.
Alright, what you're doing here is okay, just pushing cart. There's not a whole lot happening yet. Whoa, we're going on a journey. And we're back on Sticky E.
Yeah.
Alright, let's talk angles a little bit. Again, angles are always contextual to the cart position. What makes a good angle is where is the fight going to happen. Where is the fight going to happen is dictated by the cart position. If you come inside this room right now, this is a coin flip angle. This is a place where you will get to peek for 1 second and then straight away the diva shifts on you, marks you, you're fucked. The Mei looks at you, walls you inside, you're fucked. It's a huge, dangerous angle, and you cannot see the cart. So really, there's a coin flip pick opportunity here where you come through here, your rail is already charged, you get one shot to kill one of these players. Alternatively, you can take a good angle to shoot cart, and you can just have really, really high uptime. You can just left click, right click, left click, right click. You can have really high uptime. The good angle in this situation is down here. Because if you come over to the coast, over to here, as soon as the cart starts pushing around the corner, you can work through this whole area of the map. You can start here and shoot anyone contesting the cart on this stretch, and then you can come over to the side and you can do it here, and you can do it here, and you can just keep working your way forward. Work your way through the whole perimeter of the map with the goal of creating a long distance between yourself and these players that can contest you, creating a bit of distance between yourself and the diva and the Mei, and not going inside into small rooms. Because if you go inside into a small room, then you're playing into the Mei's plan. You're giving her the opportunity to catch you. But if you come outside, you come wide, then straight away, that becomes difficult. If their diva wants to shift on you, your whole team backshots her, and you can run away, and you can just shift away. You can just shift back to safety. And then their diva's no longer holding the cart, and you start pushing the cart forward. If their Mei comes to fight you, she has to go on a stroll to do it. So really, there's lots of opportunity if you take the wide side. Here at a piss that their Mei doesn't have a wall, so you're not going to get caught out anyway. Oh, she found her wall. Nice. But yeah, really important that you have an angle to shoot cart.
We're on our way.
Ouch.
Good catch. Good catch. Because yeah, here, looks like you're going to win, but no like flashy frag moment from you. You never took like an insane angle and carried the game by getting off to the side and breaking their hold. You just won because, you know, you built the ults. So big ups on not dying to the diva bomb. That's progress.
Yay.
Everyone's a winner.
Hooray.
Alright, perfect. Let me check the time. How long have I been doing this?
I think like
An
2 hours.
An hour and 20 minutes. Alright, you got your money's worth. Perfect. Got